one more team I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Washington Wizards. Have you had a chance to see any of their news that's been coming out of the Capitol?
I haven't. I saw that they are making some big splashes. So why don't you keep me up to date with them? What's going on with Washington?
Yeah, so so for our listeners out there who don't know, Michael Winger was hired by the Washington Wizards. He was the assistant GM of the LA Clippers. And he's moving across the country to be the head man in charge of Washington. Now, if you guys know, Washington has had a lot of its money tied up between their big three. But I don't know. Can you call it a big three if you don't? They don't even make the playoffs, or really don't even impact winning at all. But anyways, that's their
We'll call
big
it the
three. They
mediocre three.
yeah, the mediocre three. Yeah, there we go. All right. So Ted Leonsis, however you pronounce his name, the owner of the Wizards, has given Michael Winger full reign over the franchise. And one of Michael's first requests was if he asked is if he had full authority to blow this roster up and start from scratch. So he has been granted that permission, but that does not necessarily mean that Porzingis is gone, Kuzma is gone, and Bradley Beal is gone, because they all have interesting dynamics. Two of those guys are entering free agency between Porzingis and Kuzma.
Hmm.
But then Bradley Beal is on a really large contract that also has a no trade clause in it,
Have
meaning
you seen what Bradley Bill's contract when it gets to the very end, 2026? Do you know what that number is?
isn't it like 50 or 60?
57 million, which by
Oh
then,
man,
with the cap rising, it might be okay. But man, I didn't realize it got that high. That's pretty wild. And
I
that's a
don't
player
care.
option. He'll definitely take that.
I don't care if the cap doubles. Bradley Beal ain't worth 57 mil, man. Bradley Beal is an amazing player, but you need a guy to impact winning in more ways than he gives you
Hmm.
for 57 mil.
And
So,
he's
Chan,
29. He's going to be what, like 33, 34 at that age, making that much money. Yeah, they've got some decisions to make for sure. So I mean, looking at that, I think it is time for them to blow up. I think, they've tried their hand with the big three, the mediocre three. They haven't even sniffed the playoffs. So at this point, I'm looking to trade Bradley Beal while I can, because once he gets to where he's making $50 million, you are not going to be able to trade Bradley Beal. So I would
oh,
get
it's
rid
gonna be
of that.
tough.
Yeah, I'd get rid of that now. Porzingis has his player option. I assume he'll capitalize on that, and he'll be an expiring asset that they could flip. Kuzma, you've heard in the trade deadline rumors for really the past year now, and nothing's happened with that. I would expect them to move him as well. I think at this point, go with the full fire sale. I think with the new CBA, one thing that would be interesting is if you are able to just capitalize on a lot of early draft picks and build your team up from scratch with those. That could be a way to kind of,
Yep.
you know, zig while everybody else is zagging. Be like, okay, everybody's trying to build a team now. Let's take advantage. Let's go ahead and start collecting young assets now. And by the time the CBA is hitting all these luxury tax teams, we've got our team built up from the beginning. So that's a route they could take.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly what I would do. But
Mm-hmm.
it's the Wizards. So, but hey, it's new. It's a new man running the show. So we'll see.